Appreciate y'all tapping that screen. All right. Sorry. Yes, our reach. I got to get this reach framework out. We got to get that framework out. Thank you so much, Blake, for tapping the screen. Appreciate you being here, friend. All right, team. All right, team. And when we're looking to reach our next level, I realized I had to get this into there, right? It's time to be resilient, friends. That's our first letter of our framework there. It's talking about if I'm looking to reach that next level, it's time to be resilient. And what does resilient mean to you? It means like when those times get tough, that I'm still going to keep showing up. When times are unsure, I'm still locked in. Maybe when things aren't going my way. What is resilience? And when I think about resilience, I think of resistance, right? When I think of resilience, I think of resistance. I think of resistance as the challenges that are going to come against me. I think when we're looking to be resilient, we're like, Sam, I want to be resilient when it comes to my goals, my dreams, but we're trying to be resilient without the challenges, without the setbacks, without the hard, and realizing that true resilience is built in the tough times. I need you to hear that today. Hey, Jose. Hey, Jesus, welcome on live, friend. I want you to hear that today. That if you're looking to be resilient, you're going to have to overcome some hard things. And maybe you find yourself saying, I want to be more resilient to my goals. When the tough times come, I find myself quitting. When the tough times come, I find myself stopping. When the tough times come, I freeze, right? I want you to realize that if you're looking to reach that next level, if you're looking to push to that higher level, it's time to be resilient. It's time to realize that one of my favorite quotes says, tough times don't last, but tough people do. I need you to hear that today, that tough times don't last, but tough people do. And who are the tough people? The people who are resilient. And how is resilience really built? I believe it's built by knowing what you want. And you know you want that sandwich, that chicken bacon ranch, this sandwich. I'm not going to accept anything else. I think it comes to a point that you got to get to that point. That's the point we need you at. When it comes to resilience, when it comes to knowing what you want, him Jr. How's it going, friend? Tap that screen if you're coming on in, friends. Let's get to that 2K likes. But I want to talk about that, being resilient. What does that mean to you, him Jr.? Does that mean when things get tough, you're going to keep showing up? That when times are hard, I can still keep believing? Because I think many times we're looking to be resilient, but trying to avoid the challenges. I want you to hear that today. Maybe you find yourself looking to be resilient, hoping to be resilient to reach your goals, but you're trying to avoid the hard times, but realizing it's the hard times where resilience is built. I need you to hear that today, Nick. Hey, how's it going? I want you to hear that today. But realize that it's the tough times, it's the challenges that make you more resilient. It's the setbacks that make you more resilient. See, we're looking to be tough. We're saying we're here to last. But most importantly, when it comes to being resilient, you have to know what you want. I think many times we find ourselves wanting to achieve the goal, but not really knowing what we want. And when we don't know what we want, we'll be willing to take anything, right? I think when it comes to resilient, when you want that sandwich, you're like, man, I want that chopped beef sandwich, extra barbecue sauce. And I think when you find yourself at that point, you're not going to take anything else, right? When you know what you want. Hey, Nata, Naita, welcome here, welcome, friend. It's knowing what you want. So you know what you want, you won't accept anything else. And I think we got to get to that point. We got to get to that point where we're looking to reach our next level and we're looking to be resilient. It's about knowing what you want and not accepting anything else. Hey, Jack, how's it going, friend? Thank you guys for tapping that screen. Let's get to those 2K likes, friends. But knowing what you want today. And when I talk about that resilience, looking to get to your next level, looking to push for more, what does that look like for you? I want you to reflect on that. That's you. Hey, friend, how's it going? I don't know what Angelique. I don't know what that means, friend. But welcome to the live. Glad you're here. Hope you're having an amazing start to your Tuesday. We're talking about taking action today. But most importantly, right now, we're looking to reach your next level. Maybe you find yourself, Sam, this is going to be the year I said that everything changes. And I'm looking to reach my next level. And the R in our thing is going to stand for resilient. Resilient. It's time to be resilient again. All right. Yes. It's going to be resilient when it comes to your goals, friends. It's going to be resilient when it comes to your dreams. And what does that look like? Resilient to me means when time's up, I'm going to keep going. Resilient means that when I get the other option, when people say this is better, I know what I want when I'm resilient, right? And what does that mean to you today? What does resilience look like to you? Don't let me define it for you. When those tough times come, how are you going to respond as a resilient person? I want you to hear that today. Shoot that down in the comment section. How do you respond as somebody who's resilient, Stone? How do you respond? Hey, Devin, welcome to Live. Glad you guys are here. We're talking about if we're looking to reach our goals this year, we're going to have to be resilient. That's what we're talking about. And I'm saying that, have we established how we're going to respond when times get hard? I think many of us leave that to chance. We hope things are good, but we don't plan for when things are hard. So when it demands resilience, when it demands us to push through, we give up, we quit, or we stop. But when we plan how we're going to react today, when you have the mindset of someone that I'm going to be resilient today because I know what I want, that's how things change. I want you to hear that today. I'm Barry. I want you to hear that. If you're looking to get to your next level, it's time to be resilient. And now we're going to go into E of our reach framework. If you're jumping on in here, we're talking about reaching your next level today. I'm realizing that our R stands for resilient. It's time for you to be more resilient when it comes to your goals. It's time to be resilient when it comes to your dreams. But most importantly, it's time to be resilient when it comes to the things you're looking to achieve this year. Because realizing that that's the power that you have. So now we're going to get into our E. E is example. All right, friends. E stands for example. I want you to hear that today. When it comes to our reach framework, I think a super important part about looking to achieve your goals. Hey, Caleb, welcome to Live. Good seeing you again, friend. Welcome back. Hey, thank you so much. I'm Injury. LOL. Hey, I'm glad you're here, friend. Good seeing you again. I want you to hear this. I think the best part about when I'm looking to reach our next level, maybe you're going into uncharted territory. How many of us are striving for things we've never done before? We don't have friends that do them, right? When it comes to them, having an example, finding that example. I think many times we're trying to push for things. We don't have anybody who's done it before. So we're asking the wrong people for support. I want you to hear that today. If you find yourself asking people who've never done it before, and then you're wondering why you're not motivated. Or maybe someone who's failed at something, they'll quit. But it's finding those examples of people who have been successful. Because I need you to tell you today, if they've been successful, so can you. I want you to hear that today. Maybe you're discounting yourself. You're thinking, hey, they did it. There's no way I could do it. If they could do it, so can you. I need you to hear that today, Michael. If they can do it, so can you. And when it comes to your goals and your dreams, when it comes to reaching your next level, our E stands for example. I think it's time to surround yourself with people, Michael Dennis, who have achieved the things you want to achieve. Isn't that so empowering when you see those stories of people coming over the hard times? But I wanted you to remind you this today. If they did it, so can you. When you look at your goal, if somebody's achieved it, so can you. And who better to do it than you? I want you to hear that today. If they can do it, so anything you want to be a millionaire, there's millionaires out there. You can do it too. You want to live your dream? There's someone out there living exactly the life you want. If they can do it, so can you. And I want that to be your reminder that it's time to find those examples of people being successful. I think we don't celebrate other people's wins, so we're hoping people celebrate ours. I want you to hear that today. You're not celebrating other people's wins, so you hope people celebrate yours. But most importantly, we're not looking for people who have achieved the goal. We're asking people that have no experience. Hey, Dafa, welcome to the live, friend. Welcome, friend. Glad you're here. Happy Tuesday to you. But I want you to hear that today. You're jumping in. You're saying, hey, I don't know anybody who's done this, but I wanted to be motivated. I wonder why I'm not inspired. I wondered why I lose a drive. And when things get hard, I find myself quitting. It's because you've never seen what success can look like, or you never thought it was possible. Today, it's time to Look for the experience. Hey, GL12, welcome, friend. Glad you're happy Tuesday to you. Hope you're having an amazing start to your week. I want you to hear that today, friends. Knowing that that is possible for you. Hey, I'm from Indonesia. Let's go, Dafa. Welcome. I'm from Texas, friend. Welcome from Texas. Dafa, glad you're here, man. I love technology for reasons like that. You're in Indonesia. I'm in the USA in Texas. I hope you're having an amazing start to wherever you're at in Indonesia right now, friend. I appreciate you being here. I want you to hear that today, friends. Realize that it's time to find those examples of success again. And don't push yourself in a corner hoping that your goal can be done. Look for the success stories in your genre. Look for the success stories for the things you're looking to achieve. And realize that if they can do it, so can you. I need you to hear that today. If they can do it, so can you. I like to say, who better than you? You from? Yes, Dafa. I am from Texas. USA, Texas. Hey, Mohaz, welcome to live, friend. Glad you're here. But I want you to hear that today, friends. So now we're going into our next one. Reaching your next level this year. We're going to get into our A. A stands for activate. Ooh, it's my favorite word. This is my favorite word right here. Activate. It's time to activate. It's time to activate. I want you to hear. Put that in the chat. A's in the chat. A's in the chat. Activate, friends. It's time to activate the best of who you are today. I want you to hear that today. It's time to activate the best of who you are. If you're looking to reach your next level, it's time to activate. I heard this one from my favorite speakers, Brandon Burchard. He said, activate the best of who you are. And I love the word activate because that doesn't just happen, right? Hey, your name? Hey, I'm Sam. Glad you're here, friend. What's your name? Dafa, I'm Sam. I'm Sam. Sam from USA, Texas. Glad you're here, friend. I want you to hear that today. It's time to activate the best of who you are. And I love activation because when you activate a remote, when you activate something, you're intentionally turning it on. Ooh, can I hear that today? When you activate something, you're intentionally turning it on. I love my brother. Welcome to Lives. I want you to hear that today. If you're looking to reach your next level, it's time to activate the best of who you are. Now, what does that look like? Somebody who's intentional. When I think of if I'm going to activate the best of who I am, my decisions are going to match that, right? When you're activating the best of who you are, how do you show up in a situation when you're activating the best of who you are? Would you be more intentional? Would you have that mindset that when times get hard, I'm going to keep showing up? I'm bringing the best. I'm bringing the best today. Would you be more joyful? I think we have to model people that make you like that looks. So that's what I would like the best of who I am to look like. I want you to think about that. When somebody says activate the best of who you are you going to have more energy? Are you going to bring more joy? Are you going to have more passion? Are you going to have more encouragement? What is bringing the best of you looking like? But realizing that's something, if you're looking to reach your next level, friends, it's time to activate the best of who you are. I need you to hear that today. Who's here? Hey, prime time. Welcome to Live. Glad you're here. I want you to hear that today. It's time to activate the best of who you are today. Realizing that that's a choice you get to make each and every day. And no one can do that for you. Noah Myers, good seeing you again, friend. Tap that screen, you guys, if you're coming on in. But no one can do that for you. That's something you have to choose to bring the best of who you are. I need you to hear that. Bringing the best of who you are. Woo, how you doing? Good. No, I'm doing good, friend. Hope you had an amazing Tuesday. I'm just talking about reaching the next level. That's my new framework today. And I'm talking about if we're looking to reach a new level, we're going to have to be resilient. Most importantly, being resilient. When those times get tough, those times get hard, we have anticipated the challenges. We're talking about realizing to find those examples of somebody being successful, right? I think many times we were wondering why we're not inspired during the path and we don't enjoy through the path. Because at the end of the day, if you haven't seen someone be successful, you're not going to feel motivated. Because one of our greatest human needs is to avoid pain and gain pleasure. And if you don't think that something's possible, you're not going to enjoy the process. So it's time to find those examples of people being successful, because if they can do it, so can you. I need you to hear that today, Jaffa. If they can do it, so can you. I don't know what that means, but I hope it's a really cool thing. But I want you to hear that today, friends. It's time to activate the best of who you are in your job, in your relationships, activating the best of who you are, showing up in every situation in your job. Think about that. What is the best of who you are? I want you to think about writing that down and putting that in sections for yourself. Putting that in sections for yourself. I'm here to activate. If I was here to activate the best of who I am today, how am I going to show up in that situation at my job when things don't go my way? What is activating the best of who you are? How's your response when you're activating the best of who you are? But now we're going to go into our C. Our C is going to stand for community. Hey, Flock, how's it going, friend? In our reach framework, realizing you have C. Realizing you don't have to do it alone. I want to look into reach our next level. First thing we think is we have to do it alone. Hey, you the best. No, you the best, Dafa. You the best. Glad you're here, friend. Happy amazing Tuesday to you, friend. I'm so glad you're here. But I wanted you to hear that today. If you're looking to reach that next level, if you're looking for new opportunities of growth, if you're looking to push outside of your comfort zone, Jester, I need you to hear this today. It's time to find community. I think many times we're reaching for things outside of our comfort zone. We're reaching it to get to places we've never been before, but we're trying to do it alone. I want you to hear that. If you're looking to reach your destination, you're going to have to find a community. Finding the most powerful thing you'll ever do is find a community of people that are moving in the same direction. Ooh, that's a cheat code, right? In a life hack situation, the biggest hack you can ever find is having a community moving in the same direction. There's something about finding people that have the same goals, the same dreams, the same visions of how time speeds up and how things don't become hard. They become not only easier to do, but more encouraging along the path. I think we're asking the wrong people to join us on our journeys, and we're wondering why we're not inspired. I think we're finding the wrong people on our journeys and wondering why you don't feel supported. I think you're finding the wrong people on the journey and wondering why you quit. I want you to get that to your next level. If you're looking to reach your new heights, it's going to find that community. So C stands for community. And what is the power of community? See, the nice thing when you find a community of people who have moved the same direction, they're going to have failures. But the great thing is you can learn from their failures too. You can bypass a lot of mistakes by asking the people who've already made them. I need you to hear that today. You can bypass the mistakes by asking the people who have already made them. Hey, Keegan, how's it going, friend? It's so good seeing you again. Happy Tuesday to you. But then we're going to go to H, our framework, our last letter of our framework here, friends. And it comes to happiness. I need you to hear this. The most important thing is happiness. Like I told you, if you're looking to reach your next level, you're not only going to need to be resilient, you need to find those examples of people being successful, but most importantly, you're going to have to activate the best of who you are while finding that community of people that are moving in that same direction. It's running that happiness through the process. See, one of our greatest human needs is to avoid pain and gain pleasure. So if you're not having joy through the process, you'll quit. If you're not having joy through the process, you won't move past a certain point because there's no more joy there. I want you to realize that when you find joy through the process, which is one of our greatest human needs, you'll stick through the hard times. When times are tough, when times are unsure, you'll keep going because you found joy in the process. And I'm going to remind you that today. It's time to find the joy during the process. It's time to find the joy on the road to your dreams. It's trying to find the joy as you reach for something new. It's time to find the joy again. I need you to hear that. Maybe you stopped. Maybe you quit. Maybe you stopped believing, but it's time to reach again. It's time to reach, but realize that happiness is a choice through the process, right? We all agree that times get hard, right? times get tough. But realize that happiness is a choice. And maybe you are on a conditional type of joy, right? You're like, well, I'll be happy when things go my way. I'll be happy when everything is working out for me. I'll be happy when, but realizing that you can be happy now. I need you to hear that today. Maybe you've been delaying the joy that you feel through the process, but realizing the joy is now, Thanos, Jacob. You can be joyful now. You can choose the happiness each and every day, but realize that happiness isn't a byproduct of things going right, but happiness is a choice to make each and every day. I need you to hear that today, because maybe you've been holding back your joy, holding back your peace, saying it I will have these things when. I think when is the enemy of your joy, because you're only happy on a conditional basis, but realize that I can choose the happiness now. And it's not only a byproduct of things going my way, but it's a choice that I get to make each and every day. I need you to hear today. Happiness is not a byproduct of what I do throughout the day. It's a choice that I make each and every day. I want you to hear that today. Maybe you feel like I can be happy when, but realize that happiness is a choice, especially when we're reaching for something new. I want you to hear that today, team. What are you looking to achieve this year? But realizing that's up to you. Realizing if you're looking to reach that next level, you're going to be resilient. I want you to think about, what does resilience look like when it comes to achieving your goals? And you start to ask yourself those questions when those challenges come. How would a resilient person respond? I want you to hear that. If you embodied a resilient person, so we got, how would you respond? I want you to hear that today. As the resilient person, once you start asking yourself, if I was resilient, how would I respond to this challenge? If I was resilient, how would I respond to this setback? If I was resilient, how would I respond if things aren't going my way? I want you to hear that today. But realizing, I think I'm saying, kids, finding those examples along the journey. People that are succeeding at the very thing you want to achieve. Because I think many times we discount ourselves. I want you to hear this today. If they can do it, so can you. Ooh, let's go. If they can do it, so can you. You might need to work harder. You might need to be a little bit more consistent. But it's possible for you, Jillian. It's possible for you, friend. It's possible that you can achieve your dream by finding examples of people being successful. But most importantly, it's about activating the best of who you are, Jillian. Stepping into the day saying, hey, how would the best of who I am respond in this situation? How would the best of who I am, Michael, respond when things aren't going my way? I think that's realizing that when I think of activation, it's like I push that button. I activated it. But realizing that that's a choice you get to make each and every day. We're looking to reach your next level. Activate the best of who you are. Now, I think it's a great question of asking myself, if I was the best of who I am, when that challenge comes, when that setback happens, Noah, how would I respond? I want it to be that question of reflection there, because if we can show up better, why not show up better, right? Right, Noah? If we can show up better, why not show up better? But after we've activated the best of who we are, realize that this community, there's nothing more powerful than a community of people moving in the same direction towards a goal. I need you to hear that today, because maybe you're trying to reach that next level, but you think you have to do it alone. And every time you start, you stop. Every time you start, you don't feel supported. Every time you start, yo, positive guy, me. Yeah, good to see you. Good to see you, friend. So glad you're here. Happy Tuesday to you. But I want you to hear that today. It's about community. Realizing that I don't have to go through the challenges by myself. I can find people that have the same goals. And I think there's something so powerful about finding a community moving in the same direction. Because I think many times we're asking the wrong people for support. Maybe you go to your family that isn't moving the same direction for you. So you're wondering why they don't support your goal, why they don't see it possible for you, because they're not moving in that direction. When you find people that are moving in that same direction, that you're gonna find that natural support group. You're gonna find that motivation, but the best thing is you're gonna learn quicker. I need you to today. We learn quicker in community than we do in alone. So if we have those people that are in that same community, that have the same goals, the same wishes, the same dreams, they're going to have the same setbacks too. And they're going to, the best thing is we can learn from their mistakes. Who wants to achieve their goal quicker? Who wants to bypass some of the pain? That's where community comes in. If you're looking to find support, there's nothing more powerful than a community of people that are moving in the right direction. I think that's the best thing is right there, is it keep you on track as well. But most importantly, knowing that if they can be successful, so can you. And then we're going to go into, that last final key, happiness. Which I think is the most important thing. And it's because our needs avoid, right? So if you don't find happiness or joy along the process, or regardless if people call it the grind, you're not going to last. Because it's a natural human need. We need to avoid pain, and to gain pleasure. Now, happiness, I love happiness because happiness, joy, peace is a choice. And I was kind of talking about that earlier. Hey, how's it going, Mimi? Thank you so much for being here. I want you to do that today. What choices are you making? Are you choosing to bring the energy? Are you choosing to bring the joy? Most importantly, are you choosing happiness today? Or is it a byproduct base? Like, I'll be happy when things are going my way. I'll be happy when all my ducks are in line. I'll be happy when, but when you realize that happiness is a choice, we don't have to delay it. We can make that choice now. We can move forward knowing that I have the power to choose not only my direction, but choose where I want to go. Knowing that as I do that, I take the power in the right direction. I want you to do that today, friends. And then to activate the best of who you are. It's time to find those examples of success. It's time, and as we reach for something more, friends, it's time to activate the best of who you are. It's time to find that community of people that are moving in the same direction. But most importantly, it's time to find the joy along the process again. I want to remind you that happiness is a choice. It's a choice you get to make each and every day. Take care, friends. Well,